What were FDR's foreign policy goals? Have you ever wondered how a president's vision shapes a nation's role in the world? Franklin D. Roosevelt had a clear set of foreign policy goals that reflected both his beliefs and the challenges of his time. His approach was influenced by a desire to position the United States as a leader on the global stage while managing a domestic audience that was largely isolationist after World War I. At the heart of Roosevelt's goals was the intention to maintain a balance of power worldwide. He believed that promoting international cooperation was essential for preserving peace. Roosevelt also saw global trade as a foundation for political stability, aiming to ensure that foreign policy decisions had broad support at home. One of his early achievements was the Good Neighbor policy toward Latin America. This policy aimed to improve relations by renouncing direct intervention. Roosevelt withdrew U.S. troops from the Caribbean and accepted Mexico's nationalization of its oil industry without military response. This approach was designed to build goodwill and stability in the Western Hemisphere, which was strategically important for the United States. Despite his internationalist views, Roosevelt faced a Congress filled with isolationists who passed neutrality acts to keep America out of foreign conflicts. He accepted these laws but warned that isolation could leave the United States vulnerable to aggressive regimes in Germany, Italy, and Japan. His famous quarantine speech in 1937 suggested a collective effort to isolate aggressor nations, but he quickly backed off due to public backlash. The rapid fall of France in 1940 and the signing of the Tripartite Pact between Germany, Italy, and Japan marked a turning point. Roosevelt recognized the threat of Axis domination as a direct danger to U.S. security. He responded by increasing defense spending and initiating the first peacetime military draft. This signaled a shift from strict neutrality toward preparing for potential involvement in the global conflict. However, he assured Americans that their sons would not be sent to fight overseas, reflecting the tension between his policy goals and domestic political realities. Roosevelt's foreign policy also included recognizing the Soviet Union and supporting reciprocal trade agreements to lower barriers. This aimed to stabilize international economic relations and build alliances against fascist powers. His naval background informed his emphasis on naval strength as a means of protecting American interests globally. From a Republican perspective, Roosevelt's foreign policy goals were a response to emerging global threats. However, his approach sometimes conflicted with traditional Republican values of limited government intervention and caution against entangling alliances. Republicans often criticized the expansion of executive power and the move away from isolationism, fearing it could lead the United States into unnecessary foreign wars. In essence, Roosevelt's foreign policy goals aimed to protect American security by countering global threats, improving relations in the Western Hemisphere, promoting international trade, and balancing these aims with domestic political constraints favoring isolationism.